welcome back to my hair studio. This week I'm back with a new video. This time it's going to be how to do the most easiest single braid. A couple of weeks back I did teach to you about how to do twist or Senegalese twist braid. So at the moment I've done few braids. As you can see, they are kind of medium size, and I'm going to show to you guys how to do the single braid. So in the process of how to do the twist braid that I showed to you guys a few weeks ago, I started by saying the easiest one is to start with the smaller section of here and then follow by doing your twisting. But when it comes to the single braid, it's completely different. With the single braid, the easiest is the biggest. So that is what we're gonna start today. We're going to start by a bigger size and then follow by medium size braid, then finish with the smaller size. So there we go. This is a bigger section. You know, it really depends. You could even do bigger than this section, but this is the bigger section I will use today to demonstrate how to start and how to finish. Before I start, would like to say that most people would kind of do it this way, just like how you do your twisting. Most people would just hold the hair this way and then follow by crossing it onto the rope, and then while it's crossed onto the rope just like this, they would now then begin to divide the hair into 3 sections, just like that. They would divide the hair in 3 sections. And you go, I have 3 sections. There's one here, and the second one here, and then the third one is underneath here. So most people will simply cross the extension just like how they do their twist, and then from there they divide the hair into 3 sections and follow by beginning to do their braid, which is just something like this. They begin to do their braiding like that, and there is nothing wrong about it. It's also another way of doing braiding when it comes to doing it on a rope. Now the second option, and is also the option I personally use, the second option is holding the hair just normal way, just like that, followed by dividing the hair into 3 sections. So you crossing the hair. Basically what you do, you divide it into 2. One of them will look bigger than one, and the reason is when you are crossing, one of them will turn into 1 and one of them will remain single. So this is my bigger section and this is my smaller section, and the reason of holding it like that is when you cross it, the smaller section kind of turn into 1, goes back to be 1 like that. So this one was a smaller section, so the reason for having a small while this one is the biggest is because the smaller one became 1, just like that, making it become equal kind of texture size than the one that was bigger. So there we go. This is how I start my single braid, and then from there I grab the rope down, and then what I then do, I simply get the one that is 2. I'll get that and just like cross them over and put it behind the rope like that. Then from there put my finger in between the 2 braids, get it out, begin to do my braids just like that. I think the reason why I'll prefer this technique when it comes to braid is because you have a clear space in the middle of your braiding that will help you once you take the extension out of the rope and trying to use it on a client here. There is a clear hole in the middle that you see it, comparing to the one that you just simply start like a twist and then get your 3 crossing. That one gives you less hole in the middle. So I prefer this because right in the middle I can see the hole when I take it out, and then when I'm trying to crochet or I'm trying to sew it into a work cap or doing it on a client here, it's easy to get that hole to either pull my crochet out or use my needle to go through and sew. And that's the reason why I use this technique. So this is the way it goes. I use it, then follow by starting to just cross one after the other, cross one after the other. So there we go, that's the technique I did use to cross. So going underneath and then getting this one going there, and then this one going underneath, and then the right one goes underneath. So basically what you're doing, once you cross it and then you held the three section, your hand just go taking each braid to go and replace that hand here. It just goes like that, and that one that is hiding in the middle get free and pop up, and then the other two just cross and replace each other, and then this one that was popping up begin to rotate. So you are kind of like rotating something just like that. So the medium size would be the same way as well. Pretty simple, it's the same thing. What you then do is held here just like that. Make sure one of them is bigger than the other. And all you do is just use a smaller one and then cross onto between the two biggest. And once you cross it, it goes like that, right? The smaller one became two, it became one size, while the bigger one, which is this, stand individually. And here you go, you have three sections. Then you use that to cross, just like that, pull it out. So you just cross it, and then the rope is just right in front of the extension. From there, the one that is just standing on its own, which is the one you held in, you would now begin to hold the one that is two section. These are your two section which you've crossed behind the rope, and then all what you do is taking them down each time. These hands are underneath, so what they are held in this. So when you try and cross something down, they will be used serve to hold the one you are taking down. Then the one that is up followed. Sorry, the one that is up follow, and then it's the same thing. You carry on doing just like the way I did the bigger one. So each time you taking one down like that, use the back hands to hold that one. If you want to, you feel comfortable using the finger, two finger is fine, but even with one finger I can hold that. Once you take this to go and be held by those fingers underneath, the other one follow automatically. And then when it follows, this one is also doing the same. And then this is the upper one that always held, and then while the upper begin to go to the side and then underneath, you can see that the one that was underneath is beginning to pop up. So your back finger serves to hold anything that is coming underneath, and then there you go. Then it goes like that, and then this one goes like that, and then you can see that before it goes underneath, that one has to pop. This one that is in the middle have to pop up first. So it's one movement at a time. It doesn't happen like you take this down braid I did show you guys earlier on, and also the medium braid. So the process is the same. You make sure you have one of the hair that is bigger and one of the hair that is smaller. You then use the smaller one to cross over the bigger one, just like that. So this is my biggest section, and this is my smaller section which I have crossed. Once you cross it, you keep the smaller one as one, you keep that together and it remain one, and then you have this one that remain open as two. It's just the same as I have done with the bigger one. So there you go. And then from there you take it, and just like you are having fun, you put it right behind the rope, just like that. And then you then use your hand to hold this, and then there you go, you have your extension right behind your rope. And then from being behind, you send it down like that, and then you begin to do your braid, just like that. When I say hard, I don't really mean dead hard to the point that you cannot do. It's just that when the smaller the section, the harder it is for your hand to go faster when you are doing the braid. If you're doing this professionally, you would know what I'm talking about. Because if you're doing this as a business, and then you're trying to finish it quicker before you get your next client, this delays you a bit, it slows you down when it comes to single braid, but it's the fastest when it comes to twisting. So the braid remain the same, it's not difficult, but because it's too small, your hands rhythm gets slower, so your hands finding it difficult. Your hand get held a bit because the texture of the size of the hair is a bit smaller, so you want to make sure that you grab it, and then because you want to make sure your hand intend to go movement intend to fail to catch the next section on time, so your hand tend to go slower. But it's not bad, some people still do it, and this is probably slightly faster because it's not completely a smaller looking braid. So things like millions braid, the section of the hair can be about 3 times this because it's very tiny, and then people will still sit and braid. So the differences between the bigger one and the smaller one is just that your hand tend to go slower, and you can get your braid done pretty quick. And that was the secret for today. So guys, here we go. These are the 3 examples, and that brings the end of today's video. I hope my demonstration was helpful. I hope you've liked today's video, and if you've liked the video, guys, just click the like button to notify me that you've liked today's video, and you like the kind of videos I do as well. Also, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about my demonstration today. Tell me what your experiences are, and tell me the way you would have done it or the way you do. Just leave a comment and tell me what you think about today's video. And also, if you are new to this channel, if this is your first time watching my video, thank you so much. Yeah. And if you have not yet subscribed, just click the subscribe button, and so that when I upload a new video, you will be always among the first people to see it. And you can also touch the bell. It's just next to the subscribe button. Just touch that bell. That is if you are trying to get an instant notification each time I upload a video. So there we go. Let's bring the end to today's video. Love you guys, and I will catch up with you guys in my next video. Bye bye guys.